Hey girl, hey, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Misha. Thank you guys for joining me yet again. I'm here with another review, this time for the Real Housewives of Atlanta, season 13, episode 4. Um, so I guess Kenya is recycling storylines now. Let's get into it. All right, so I want to talk to you guys about the Real Housewives of Atlanta. This episode I thought was gonna get it popping, and get our momentum up because we are still having Real Housewives of Potomac withdrawals, and this right here is not the norm because usually Real Housewives of Atlanta, they can own Sundays. It's like nobody even misses a beat. Nobody even cares if there's any other show on Sundays because the Real Housewives of Atlanta has always been on top. So let's see what's different here. Nene is gone. Okay, now y'all can say whatever y'all want to say. This is my opinion, and over here we love Miss Nene Leaks. Okay, and I feel like no matter if she a friend to the show, no matter if she just drove by and waved out the window, no matter if she just called Cynthia on the phone, we need a little bit of Nene because what they got going on right now is a hell no. First off, okay, we got Kenya and her I want to be sexually fluid with Latoya storyline. Okay, girl, y'all remember that reunion where Phaedra was talking to Kenya about Apollo and how she was upset? This was season 9's reunion. And she was upset about the I do, I did, I'm done party. And she was saying that Kenya was the reason that her marriage broke up and they were having a little spat back and forth. And Kenya was like, girl, stop trying to make a old storyline new again. Kenya, you might want to follow your own advice because we already did the lesbian thing. We've already done that. That was season 9. Okay. Portia and Candy have already done that. Okay. So we do not need, and it's skeevy. It's gross. The fact that you are sitting here sending nudes to another female. So if you didn't watch the episode, what I'm referring to is Latoya, Cynthia, and Kenya all met up at a lingerie shop. First of all, I thought it was gross that they're in there trying on lingerie with thongs going all up in their every inch of their everything. And we're in the middle of a pandemic. So I hope they purchase those items. And Cynthia, okay? It's like you getting older and older with every episode, honey. That lingerie that you tried on, that's something my grandma would have been. That's not something that Mike want to see. Go ahead and sex it up, okay? And as for Kenya, Latoya was talking to Cynthia when they first got there, and she was telling Cynthia, I took some pictures of Kenya, and I'm going to put them on a dating site. Now, to me, that didn't prompt me to think, oh, Kenya and Latoya are doing something sexual. But then Cynthia says in her confessional, I'm glad I'm not a jealous type because this Latoya and Kenya sexual thing is really getting on my nerves. And I'm like, I don't know if the producers did that clip out of order or what. So then Kenya comes in. Kenya comes in and they're talking, and then Latoya shows this picture of Kenya that Kenya sent to her, which was, I don't know about y'all, but I don't send my friends naked pictures. I don't even send my damn mama no naked picture. And she had me, so she know every part of my body. But I'm not about to send you no picture of my body. That just didn't make no sense to me. And second of all, what I did notice is, if y'all remember from the very first episode when Kenya went to sit down with that lawyer, she looked like one of the clumps. So I know that picture was either photoshopped or that was from back in the Gap, pre-Mark, pre-Brooklyn. That was not just recently. Because I'm looking at that picture and I'm like, girl, your body is not that snatched. Not at this moment. Now, you have been snatched in previous seasons. But as of right now, see, we're talking about season 13. That is not your body. So then, they're in the lingerie shop. They're trying on this lingerie, and Kenya comes out. The girl looks good, don't get me wrong. But I know that picture was not her body today's date. Okay, well, back when they were taping. So they have their little talk in the lingerie shop, and then you see Candy is getting ready for Riley to go off to college. And this portion of before they did that, we went over to Portia, and Portia was talking about she's about to get ready to write a book. And so she was sitting down with her mom, and she was sitting down with Lauren, and she was trying to see what the difference is in the way that they were brought up when it comes to their dad. And so Lauren was telling her, giving her take, and she was saying how every morning that her dad would kiss her on the forehead, and that's something that Portia didn't get. And she thought that she wasn't dealing with any daddy issues, but when Lauren revealed that and she realized that she was missing something, she just broke down and cried. Now listen to me, Bravo, okay? I'm all for the evolved Portia, the fight the power, the mother, all of that. I'm for all of that. But if y'all show me one more heavy, I want to cry Portia scene, I'm going to lose my mind. Okay? I need the Portia from yesteryear. I need the Portia that thinks there's 265 days in a year. I need that Portia. Okay? I just want to see something a little bit more lighthearted when it comes to her, because Portia is funny, honey. She gets it popping. She's the life of the party. And speaking of party, she was the life of that engagement party. Okay? But we'll get to that in a minute. Okay, so she's sitting down, then she starts to cry, and then, she's talking about how her and Dennis are not together, which I don't know if it's just me, or I feel like every season they decide to say that they're not together, but I know they're together because I was looking at some pictures, and Portia was at this New Year's Eve party, and she wasn't with Dennis, but then Shamia posted a picture, and she's like, brother-in-law, where you at, or whatever. It's getting pretty awkward. Then the next thing you see, they're in Turks and Caicos. And so, I saw that Shamia was there, and I'm thinking, I know you didn't third wheel it to Turks and Caicos without your man, okay? Because that's a sexy place. So I know you had to be with somebody. And then we saw that Pilar was over there chilling with her grandmother. So it just led me to believe, now this is just allegedly in my own mind, I didn't create the whole scenario, that those two are in fact together. But in this scene, she's talking about how Dennis is a good dad, and he's going to give her the real. He's going to give her his take on life, and Portia's going to give her her take on life. And then the two shall meet, and Pilar will be a well-rounded baby. Okay? So after that, then it's time for us to get ready for the engagement party. And honey, if Joe Biden don't call Cynthia, Lord, Cynthia's, she's so pretty, honey. But that child, you can fool Cynthia. Let me tell you something. Cynthia is one of those people that you can tell anything and she's going to believe it. I'm gonna need her to get some kind of something about it. It's like she doesn't even try to figure out what's going on. You tell her something and she just gonna go with it, because she clearly thought she was going to meet the president of the president to be of the United States. She thought she was going to see Joe Biden for real. So they're all getting ready for the all white engagement party. And Cynthia's super excited because she's going to see Joe Biden, but she's really not. And then you see Candy, she's getting herself all the way together, her and Todd. I love how Candy and Todd have stuck together throughout the years. When Todd first stepped on the scene, I was thinking, okay, let's see how this is going to go. And then, Mama Joyce, she didn't want them to get married, and it was all kind of drama there. But Candy and Todd have stuck through it, and their marriage is really something beautiful to see. I am so proud of them. So they're getting ready. That was just like a little side note. I just thought that because they're doing it. They're doing a damn thing. They're building an empire. They've had 2 other kids. Basically they've started an entire family from nothing. And people thought that it wasn't going to be done. They thought that they weren't going to last, but they are having the last laugh because they are the last couple that's left. So anyway, they're all getting ready for the engagement party. Portia is getting ready. And let's just talk about that wig that Portia was wearing, honey. That orange, that burnt orange, that fire. I loved it. Okay? I loved it. But then again, Portia's my girl. So, she could do no wrong. Okay? So they're all getting together and they're on their way to this party. Kenya is there and beforehand in a scene before this, and she's like prepping everything and trying to figure out how the party is going to go, where things are going to be. And let me just say, Kenya can't plan no damn party. Kenya can't plan no party. Let's run down Kenya's parties. I wish I could flash back like the producers do on the Real Housewives of Atlanta. Let's go through them. Okay. So we have the very first party that Kenya ever threw was season 5. She threw those iconic women in Hollywood party. Okay. And then Portia came dressed as Dorothy Dandridge and she kicked her all the way out. Everybody was up in an uproar. It was a mess. Okay. They had to reel it all back in and they salvaged the night thanks to Nene Real Housewives of Atlanta leaks. Everything was all good. Then we go to Kenya with her product launch. That was season 8. And, she came in, everybody was sweating. They had the fans going. It just wasn't working out. Okay. Everybody was sweating and there was water in the product bottles. Okay. Because Shamia took a swig. Let us not forget. All right. Then after that, we had Kenya's housewarming. And it takes Sheree to tell that story, honey. Kenya's housewarming, honey. Everybody had titty sweat. Everybody had boob sweat. You needed a fan. You needed a hazmat suit. There was no, there was stuff that was all undone. Kenya just wanted to hurry up and have a housewarming, honey, because she wanted to be Sheree. So, yeah, we have that. And then we have the I Do, I Did, I'm Done party, season 9. Cynthia, because she's Kenya's friend, just went on along with it, but she really didn't want that kind of party. And then to have it while Peter was actually there, girl, get yourself together. Phaedra decided she was going to go look for some ginger ale because her stomach was hurting. All right, so that was another epic fail. And now we have this party. They get to the party. It seems like they're still putting the party together. Every last person was late. Candy was supposed to be there on time because she was supposed to be the face of the party because nobody likes Kenya. And then Tanya comes in as the first guest and it's awkward. And I'm like, oh my goodness. It just was such an awkward scene. But Tanya is such a classy lady. And she has such coof about her that she came in, she smiled, she spoke, and then other people started to arrive. So then after that, here comes Candy. She's at the tail end, even though she should have been there even before Kenya. And then they're talking to each other over this table. And I look around, and here comes Cynthia walking in looking for Joe Biden and where she gonna sign the guest book so that she'll know that she was there. And I'm looking like, and then they turn around, they're like, hey, not hey. Ain't a DJ playing, no music going, nobody yelling surprise. Nothing is happening. Nobody called. Did y'all feel Mike in? Because Mike should have been the one to send a text and say, hey, we're outside or something. Like, this was terrible. But then again, it was a Kenya Moore event. And I love Kenya. Kenya is a beautiful lady. I don't want y'all thinking I'm just Kenya bashing because I'm not. But Kenya, the facts are the facts. And you can't throw a party, honey. It's just not in you. So I'm going to need you to not throw another event throughout your housewives' career. Because we already know it's going to be a fool. Okay, moving on. So as we're going through the party, they're singing these terrible songs and they keep saying chill every 5 minutes. And I'm just like, this is just so weird. It's like they had a band there, but I didn't hear any music. All you hear is Candy singing and saying, chill, let's chill, everybody chill. I'm like, oh, can that singing chill? Please, for the love of God. I don't want to hear another note. Then Portia came in and she sung her little tune. Y'all remember when Portia sang at that reunion, season 5? And I know he watches me. Y'all remember that? But Portia came in and she did her little song and whatnot. You know, she put her little spin on it. And Portia is the life of the party. So everybody laughed and giggled because Portia brings the party to the people. And then they decide to sit down and have food. And LaToya, in true LaToya fashion, decides that she's going to start talking. Well, did she talk? Okay, yeah. So she said something. First, Portia said something, and then LaToya said something, and then LaToya pulls out this picture and starts showing the room. And I'm like, see, this right here is why you don't send naked pictures to not nobody. I don't care if it's your sister, your dog, your mama, your cousin, your man. Ain't no naked pictures gonna be sent. Ain't no naked pictures, bitch. No, we're not sending no naked pictures because people will do things like what LaToya did. And I noticed that Drew was not there. Drew was not invited. That's shady, okay? So, LaToya is showing this picture around, this picture from season 6. She's showing this picture around the room, and then Kenya starts with this, I want to be a lesbian season 13 thing. And she's like, she's telling stuff that no one asked for, okay? She's giving stuff that shouldn't be given. And she starts talking about how if she had to have a tryst or a threesome with somebody, it would be Candy, or just sex with someone, it would be Candy. And Candy was like, well, me and Todd, we're a package deal. And I'm thinking, please don't start that, because Then Candy will be down in the dungeon, and then we got to go through all this. Candy gonna be doing that cry she like to do if stuff don't pan out the way she want to. Let's just leave that alone. Let's leave Candy and Todd alone, okay? Let's leave Candy and Todd alone. Then she starts talking about Cynthia, and I'm like, ew, okay, child, okay, whatever. And I'm like, this is just so gross to watch. First of all, it's not like a steamy hot thing. It's like ew, my aunt is pretending to be a bad girl, like she's in the bad girls club type thing, or this is one of those love and hip hop scenarios. It's just gross. And then that girl is young enough to be your sister or your daughter. So I don't know. It's just gross. Okay. The whole situation is just gross. So then LaToya was like, so Portia was like, so she sent you a naked picture? Why would she do that? And you have it as a screensaver on your phone? Because LaToya was saying how that's her screensaver. And I'm like, okay, y'all are tripping. I don't know what's going on between y'all. I don't know if y'all got together and said, okay, this is the storyline. This is what we're going to run with because it's going to get the people talking. Okay, but it is because you see I'm talking. And she said that was her screensaver. So Portia was like, what? And she's like, yeah, her body's banging. Girl, okay. But still, why do you have this whole woman when you have a husband and kids as your screensaver on your phone? That is just dumb. Girl, that sounds crazy. I hope you watch this back and see how crazy that sounds. So she was like, I would love to have a body like that. And baby, here come Marlo. They need to give her a Peach Hampton, honey. She said, oh, you're going to get your butt done? And Kenya ain't never got nothing from Marlo because she know Marlo will eat her alive. Okay, so all she can ever say to Marlo is, Marlo, shut up. And baby, Marlo ain't going to shut up because she going to say what she wants to say. That's one thing about Marlo, honey. She going to say what she want to say when she wants to say it. I know a lot of people thought, oh, well, let's see how it pans out if Nene is not here. How is Marlo going to act if Nene is not in the group? Marlo going to act how Marlo act? Honey, Marlo, like Marlo said, baby, I'm not going to tuck my tail between my legs for nobody because don't nobody make me. I know that's right, honey. She is still on the scene, still cutting Kenya all the way up. And at first I was like, we don't need to give Marlo no peach. For what? But Marlo deserves that peach. Do you hear me? She deserves it because she eats Kenya up every chance she gets. And I live, honey. I live for it. It's just so exciting to watch. This episode goes on, a little bit longer, and then towards the end, you see Candy getting Riley together to get ready to drive her to college. And the highlight of the entire episode is Ace and his beautifulness and how he was so sweet and how he said he was gonna miss his sister, and he was crying and he said, I don't want Riley to get her hands dirty. And I just thought that was so sweet, and it reminded me of my baby. And he's really gonna miss his sister. And Candy was up, she was stress eating because she says that's what she does when she gets stressed out. She just eats and eats and eats and eats. I mean, because it's her baby, And now they're getting ready. They show this little montage of Riley, and she has literally grown up on the Housewives in front of our eyes from the first season of Candy being on there, season 2 until season 13. And now she's off to college. And I thought that was a perfect way to end the episode. So in next week's episode, Candy's going to be doing her Candy Cares event. I think that's what it's called. Correct me in the comments if I'm wrong. But she's going to be doing her Candy Cares event. And then there's going to be a little drama as usual. And we'll see how that plays out. But for me, if I had to rate this episode, I would rate it a 7. And so the key takeaway from this episode, the key points basically is Portia is the life of the party. Portia, please lighten up, honey. We went from Black Lives Matter to let me cry about what therapy session I need to go to. I need the old Portia back. Kenya, please go back to being who you were before you decide to be someone else. I don't know who this person is, but it's gross, okay? Everybody's looking at you like it's gross because it's gross, okay? Candy, we're very proud of Riley. Congratulations that your baby is off to NYC to do her thing. Please give Drew a little bit more camera time because we didn't see her this often throughout this episode. And why was she not invited to the event? And yeah, that pretty much sums up this entire episode. That was episode 4. So you guys can tell me what you thought about it. Did it creep you out? Y'all tell me in the comments. Did it creep you out that Kenya sent a naked picture to Latoya, and it's like they're in some kind of, everybody's like making little comments about it, like, oh, like last episode Candy was like, do I need to send y'all some bedroom candy? Like, are they to get, like, what is going on? Okay, so y'all comment down below and tell me what you think about that. Do you think that Cynthia's makeup engagement party gave what it was supposed to give? Because it wasn't giving what it was supposed to have gave. That's just my opinion. And also, what I want to know is, do you think Marlo Hampton deserves a peach? These are the questions. These are the burning questions, okay? And I will see you guys back here next episode, and hopefully things will get better. Hopefully we will not have to see any more of Kenya Moore's body, okay? Because it was gross. All right, as always, thank you guys for joining me. If this is your second or third time here, please like, comment, subscribe, share it, tell a friend, phone a friend, send a telegraph, an email, a tweet, an Instagram DM. Your girl needs some love on her channel. As always, you guys stay safe, stay blessed, spread love, not germs. Peace.